Hey YouTube, this is Valen. This is episode 5 of my Defiance of Fate long play. At the end of the last episode, I mentioned that I was going to be doing a whole bunch of housekeeping tasks. A lot of boring stuff that really needed to be completed between episodes. Even in time-lapse, it's not real fun to watch at this point. It's nothing you guys haven't seen before. It's a lot of harvesting stuff and collecting stuff and processing stuff. So I'll give you a quick tour and I'll show you all the stuff I accomplished. So the first thing I did was I added this new tree here. I did it specifically because I wanted it to be able to touch the other tree, and then I infested it and I left it there. This tree I don't harvest, so what happens is every time one of these other trees grows, it touches the infested tree and then gets infested without me having to spend more silkworms. The net effect is I'm going to gain a whole bunch more silkworms when I'm harvesting these two trees. There's a couple of new chests here that have a whole bunch of new items in them. I'll go over those at the end. Right now, though, I need to get a little bit of food, it looks like. Okay. Couple of minor things I added, like more fences back here so that when I'm breaking these, there's less chance that cobble's going to go flying off the edge. This was an interesting discovery. I was trying to eat a piece of seaweed that I just fished up when I was trying to get some food back, and I right-clicked like this, and it planted it in the middle. I was previously unaware that you could plant seaweed directly on water. Thought you had to use one of the little, I forget what they're called, little water trough things you create with the mattock later. I'll show you those when we get to farming. But apparently we can farm seaweed without too much effort. So, speaking of that, there's one here that's ready. By the way, you right-click on crops to harvest them instead of breaking them in modded, so they stay planted and growing. And I've noticed that this gives between 2 and 3 seaweed every time you harvest it. It grows particularly slowly, but it doesn't take much. I mean, it takes almost no effort, so... let's see, I have done a whole bunch of monster killing, which you'll see more of in this chest over here. And tree farming, which is primarily what I've been eating. So, this little thing here. In there is a chicken. And he is the mount for a zombie chicken rider. I managed to kill the zombie and then, bring him over here and fence him in. Now I had to name him because they're a little bit different from regular chickens. A regular chicken won't despawn normally and also lays eggs. This guy will despawn if I get too far away from him, and he does not lay eggs. So he's not really useful until we get a second chicken, because you can still breed them and the resulting chickens are normal chickens. So I actually had a second chicken rider spawn out there. They're pretty rare, but I did get a second one, and when I was trying to lead the chicken back, well, I'll show you the video. I'll just cut to that right now. So I found a chicken rider out here when I was killing stuff, and I already have the other chicken, so I'm gonna see if I can get him over there too. Need some seeds. Let's go throw some blocks on top of here. These blocks are gonna make it so that I can get the chicken rider in there easily. skeleton. Alright, let's let him out. Oh. I wonder how that happened. Wonder if he managed to suffocate his rider. Well. Really? Well, that's just great. So yeah, that was pretty frustrating. Anyway, a couple of other minor changes. I added a couple of hoppers up here, and I keep cobbling them so that they... Oops, looks like a piece of string fell in there. They're constantly generating me lava. Now these crucibles stop generating at around 8,000 lava. So when I take it out, which I guess, yeah, I don't want to do that yet. But basically you take it out and it'll automatically proceed to fill cobble back in until it gets up to 8,000 lava again. I added a chest over here, which I figure we'll put a whole bunch of this dust kind of stuff in. Probably more of these casts too once we make more of them. Let's see, did I miss anything? Nope. Alright, so in this first chest is basically everything that I collected by sieving gravel and sand, which I did a little bit of sand because I needed the seeds, which are in the other chest. I'll share those in a minute. But and basically I spend a lot of time harvesting stuff. I made a whole bunch more seared bricks so that we can make a bigger smeltery. We're going to need this clay when we go to make our high oven, which we're going to do here in a little bit. But yeah, this is about a double chest full of gravel that I sieved through. So it took a long time. My in-between episode running time was 612 minutes because I recorded all of it in third-person perspective. So I'll probably post a video to that at some point where I've just got it time-lapsed at 64x or something. Because nobody wants to watch 6 hours of me running around doing stuff in third-person video. Let's see, what else is noted here? I went ahead and made some glass because we're going to need some of that. This stone we're going to need, I've got some more cooking because we're going to make a whole bunch more slabs. And like I said, we produce a lot of flint. Normally I would just produce this as, I would just destroy this as we're making it. But I wanted you guys to see how much you actually get. Oh, these things here. These come from sieving dust. So you can sieve sand and you get these, the crushed ores. And you can sieve dust and you get the powdered ores. But both the sand and the dust give different secondary items. One of which is redstone, which is pretty important. The bone meal is actually kind of nice too because we can use it on both the trees and the seaweed. So our food situation has gotten significantly easier because of that. Now in this other chest, this is mostly mob kill items. These obviously came from the trees and the spiders that I killed. And the rest of this, all this up here, is from me going out and killing stuff. Now look at this. The zombies drop these, which is pretty nice. We're going to get our probably a potato farm off the ground right away. Because it can grow potatoes, which you can easily bake. And that gives you 2 different food items from a single crop. Later we'll get soybeans, which are really nice because you get 4 from a single crop. Plus they're usable as a meat replacement in almost every single recipe. So we'll be working towards soybeans at some point here in an episode where we do a lot of plant crossbreeding. Oh, the reason I did sand is here. We need these to do one of our quests today. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, this is what 612 minutes of farming stone and killing guys get you. It's a long time. So let's see, we're gonna put these away. That. See, is that stone done? Yep. Alright, we'll go ahead and put that in there. Alright. I think that's pretty much everything that changed. I don't see anything else. Oh, I didn't go over these things. I fished up these plastic sheets in this bowl and these 3 plastic bags. Now what these bags are sort of like little gift goodie presents you can get from fishing because they have random things in them. This one has a piece of paper, some more plastic sheets, some sand. So, not terribly exciting, but they're free. Okay. Guess while we're at it, we'll go kill all these guys. Oh, I also got this golden chestplate, which I went ahead and put on. Alright, well I'm going to process a bunch of this stuff, and guess we'll chat about some more when I'm done.
I am who I say I am.
So one of the things I may not have talked about earlier is that the smeltery runs on lava. It's basically its fuel source. It uses that to melt this down. Oh, hey, look at that. This is stuck. It's stuck because the smeltery is full. Oh, I lied. Now it's full. Anyway, let's give this some more lava. Basically, you just bucket it into there. We get that pouring out, and we'll leave that. We'll just pour some out every time we walk by over there. So one of the things we can do to speed up our tiny little smeltery here is we can put more blocks on it to make more space in the middle. It operates based on the number of blocks contained within the smeltery. So we take these and go like so. To hold shift to put stuff on those ones. See, the hopper can immediately put more in it. And now it's melting more at a time. If you look here, there's a whole lot more going on in there at once. It'll process metal a lot faster like that. It can also hold a whole lot more metal. Alright, let's have a look at the quest book and see where we're at here. We have a whole bunch of side quests to do here. 3 different main quests. And these ones, which are basically main quests, they unlock the, you can barely see it here, the path to technology, the path to witchery, and the path of blood magic. Oh, we can't see the witchery one yet, it's because we haven't done enough down the farming line here. So let's start with the easy stuff. Let's get some of these quests out of the way. This one is not easy, and it's gonna wait. This needs to wait till after we have rubber trees. But let's start with a trash can. It's pretty easy to make. Let's get a little bit of wood. And some stone. So, one of the neat ways to make chests is just fill it up with logs like you would do with planks. And it just does a 4-to-1 combined recipe. Put a chest in the middle, 3 stone across the top, and then put cobble around the bottom. That makes the trash can. Which we'll have to find a spot to put. I guess I'll put it right here. The way a trash can works is basically you just shift click on it and whatever it is goes away. So say we don't want this wooden helmet anymore. We did get a leather one. You can shift click to put items in there like you would in any chest, or just pick it up and drop it in there and it's gone. Alright. Oh yeah, we should set this up. One of the ways you can get moss for your tinkerer's tools, so they auto repair. Oh, as a side note, remember how we made a second hatchet early on? I switched to it in the middle of the time lapse so that it would level up, and we ended up getting the plus durability and the auto repair on it, which is a pretty good combination. It got sharpness too, but that's not really what I was after. Alright. So we need to set up an area for cobble. Let's see what's a good place to do that. You know what? Let's do the Builder's Wand quest first. It'll make our lives easier. Builder's Wand is a really wonderful tool. It's pretty easy to make. It just takes diamonds. A stick and 6 diamonds. The way the Builder's Wand works. Oh, that's funny. I'll explain that here in just a second. Let's see if we got any more slabs in here. No. Alright, well, we'll just make some. Alright, so I have birch slabs in my inventory and a Builder's Wand out. It will try to connect those birch slabs to any other place where I have birch slabs. So if I put it here, for example, it's going to try to fill in birch slabs along there until it finds one that's not a birch slab, which is that dirt block up there. So see if I put it along here. See this? It's very useful. Now, incidentally, we don't want that here. We don't want that one there either. What we're going to use is these slabs. Because we do not need a repeat of the fire incident. One's gonna do that. I don't. The issue is here. If I do this, it's going to also copy the slabs up there that are holding up the water, and I don't really want it to do that. So I'm just gonna put these in manually. Except that's not the right slab. The other thing is I need to make sure I'm lighting all this up. Yeah, see, I've got spots out here that would spawn if I let them. Yeah, I'm out of slabs. As you can see, this is a really fast way to expand our skyblock platform here. So what I was after was a spot that I could put a bunch of these cobblestones down and then put a barrel on top of them. Just the regular old standard wooden barrel like we've been using. It's important that it's a wooden one and not a stone one because the stone ones don't leak. We need this to leak. So we take it and we put water in it. We leave it there. Basically what happens is over time the water will seep out into the stones and it will grow moss. So this will turn into mossy cobblestone, which we can then use to make balls of moss. So that quest is going to take a little while to run. Alright, so we need to get some moss stone, and for that to happen this has to leak, which takes time. Alright, so that's running. This is pretty easy. We need a tool forge now that we've got a bunch of iron blocks. Oh, another little thing I did. I made an anvil and I just stuck it under there. I had to do that because I needed to use that name tag that I fished up on this guy. Oh, I need one more block. Alright, so we might get this thing back, we might not. If we don't, it's no big deal, we'll just make another one. I think we need the scorched bricks, right? Let's look. Seared bricks. Can't imagine using gold on that. Blocks of diamond. Cobalt, wow. So 12 of these to make 3 of those bricks. Throw them in there like that, and there's our tool forge. So what the tool forge allows us to do is make these bigger things, like the lumber axe here, that just chops down a tree. We'll get into this kind of stuff when we get into our smelting later, because we're going to be casting this as part of our farming setup. So for right now though, just know that this makes a whole lot more tools than the previous one did. Alright, so let's see if we got any mossy cobble yet. Nope, not yet. Okay. You want us to make a presser. Well, we don't have any soybeans or any fruit. We don't have anything we can use on a presser, so I'm going to hold off on that. Oh yeah, we got a bunch of lava. This is interesting now. Let's see if we can make that. Oh yeah, that's pretty easy. Wood and stone. And then wood and cobble. Looks like I need a little more stone. All right. Let's see. This guy down right there. We need some more light here. Alright, so this is a pretty complex little table. You can't do anything on the main window because we haven't added anything in yet. So there's basically 4 quadrants. I'm just going to set these up as furnaces, which basically means you just take furnaces and put them in it. And now on the main window here, you basically have furnaces. The catch is this, you can just take this, plug it in here, and it will just consume it, and it stores the power as this tank here for whatever format it stores it in. The difference is if I put a single piece of cobble in here to smelt, it doesn't leave the furnace on, right? Because normally when you cook just one piece, it's lit up for long enough to cook 8 pieces of stone, which is I suppose more efficient because you get a 1:8 ratio, but if you only need to cook 3, you're wasting fuel. So in this case, we don't have to do that. We can just, it will consume exactly the amount that it needs out of here. And also, if you noticed, it's a little bit faster. We'll just leave that in there for now. Eventually, we'll power this guy with lava. In fact, let's see if we can do that now. One of these upgrades. Oh yeah, there's like speed upgrades and input-output upgrades and a bunch of advanced stuff in here. You can make put a crafting table in it and have a crafting table over there too. Solar generator. Let's see, glass and one of those and some iron. A little bit glowstone. We could do that. We don't have netherrack yet, so let's just make this guy. It'll power itself a little bit in addition to that charcoal. I did pre-cook us some glass here. Let's get some iron. Middle. This guy went in the bottom. The glass goes on top. There we go. So we come down here and put this in the global update slot, or upgrade slot, and you see it's lit, and so the power is charging. This won't consume charcoal until it gets empty enough, so this will help make it so that we consume less of the charcoal. Speaking of that, let's just have it make some more charcoal. Oh yeah, I guess there were more slots. We already did most of this. Is there more? Oh yeah, once we make the extra storage. Okay. So let's make that real quick. So what the extra storage does is it will add a row of slots here to this crafting table. See here? So you can like leave things in there, or when you get the auto crafting set up, you can actually use that to craft out of this inventory here. So you can walk away from the table while it's crafting. It's kind of neat. Let's go see if we're lucky yet. And of course not. Let's do some of this. This is going to take a while, and that is not useful yet, so I don't want to do those yet. We are way over time on this episode. When we come back, we're actually going to get a real farm going. I'm Valen. Ta-ta for now.